Today I will be discussing the different components of a resume, its functions, and different types of resume. Let us define first what is a resume. A resume is a tool that summarizes your skills, educational background, experiences, and other qualifications. Don't be confused with the difference between a curriculum vitae and a resume, because a curriculum vitae is more detailed compared to resume. A resume can be considered a sales tool in the sense that it helps you to market your skills to a prospective employer or to your target job. A resume contains more skills that can contribute to a specific company or employer, while curriculum vitae simply presents information about your experiences and educational background. We have components of a resume. First is the contact information. Contact information includes your name, address, contact number, and email address. Make sure to use your email address professional. So you should refrain from using juvenile email addresses such as the following. Also, in contact information, do not include your marital status as well as your height, weight, religion, name of parents, and color of your eyes or your hair, because this information do not have much relevance to your credentials. So it won't affect your credentials by stating this information. So it is better for you not to include this information to make your resume more attractive, so that your employers can focus on your skills and experiences. Next is increase the font size of your name and write it on boldface for emphasis. For this one, you may use a font size of 15 for your name and 13 for your address and contact details. The second component of a resume is the summary of qualifications. You can use this when you have at least 5 years of professional experience. It should consist 1 to 4 strong sentences that will highlight your experiences and accomplishments. It is also important that you are going to write it in the third person and in active voice. So I'll be projecting an example of summary of qualifications here. Third is the objective statement. It is actually an optional part of your resume that includes job title, function, industry, and what you can offer to the company. This is also appropriate for recent graduates. I will be projecting an example here. Next is your employment history. On this part, never put anything that is not 100% true. And in writing your employment history, you should begin with the most recent experience. Each job mentioned must include the name and the address of the employer. The inclusive dates can be month and year, and brief job description. Job description is something that describes your job. What are you doing in that company? Next is do not use many adjectives and superlatives as well as jargon. Do not state your past and present salary. So with this matter, you can reserve this for your final interview. Next, do not clutter your text. So you should use generous spacing and bullet lists so that it is organized and more pleasing to. Last, under employment history, is the use of present tense active verbs for current jobs and past tense active verbs for the past jobs. For the present active verb, just use the base form and add S or ES, and for the past tense active verbs, it is the base form plus D or ED. Next is education. So start with the most recent educational attainment that you have. For example, you are now under your doctorate degree, so you can write it, and then below it is your MA or master's, and then your bachelor's degree. Include the name and address of the school, years attended, or year of your graduation. Also include your degree and specialization. For example, Master of Arts in Education, major in Communication Arts. So the specialization is Communication Arts. And under education, you should remove or omit the high school educational background after a year of graduating from college. Include your GPA if you want. For other schools, they have their different format in giving their grades, such as 1.75 and at least 3 is their passing. Last is to list the academic honors, scholarships, and extracurricular activities that you have. So if you're a cum laude or magna cum laude, you should indicate that in your resume. Next is the skills. Be clear with your strengths and communicate them well. So you should include transferable skills such as the following. So this is for managerial skills, motivate others to reach team goals, and for professional qualities, understands professional and technical aspects of work. For personal qualities, adapts to changing demands and conditions. And for entrepreneurial qualities, understands commercial and business principles. So those are the following transferable skills. Next is training. So include only trainings that have a bearing on the job position that you are applying for. Include the title of the training, organizer, date, and venue, and you should start with the most recent training. For the organizations, you should include professional and civic affiliations. So as much as possible, do not include religious and political organizations unless you are applying for a job that requires such affiliations. In writing your organization, include the name of the organization, your position, and inclusive dates. And start with the most recent affiliation. Next part is the professional licensure and certifications. So you should include the name of certification and also your rating, but this is optional. If you have high ratings, then you can put it, you can indicate it. But if you have a low rating, it is better not to include it. And also you should indicate or write the date issued and the place of issuance. For the next part, we have honors and awards. So list your recognized achievements. If you are well recognized in writing, speaking, you should include that. And never list achievements that have nothing to do with your work. And last is to include the title of the award or honor, the inclusive dates, a sponsor or award-giving organization. And the last part of your resume should contain your references. So probably the list of references should not be included in the resume. Simply state references available upon request. But if you decide to put them, do not exceed 3 references. So include their name, position, company, and contact details. So that is how you put your references. Alright, so those are the 11 parts of a resume. We have contact information, summary of qualifications, objective statement, employment history, education, skills, training, organizations, professional licensure and certifications, honors and awards, and of course your references. We have 3 functions of a resume. So the first function is it informs the employers of the skills that you have or that you can bring to the company. Second is it shows how qualified you are for the job. And third is it functions as a persuasive document which allows you to proceed on the next stage of the recruitment process, which is the interview. There are three types of resume. The first type of resume is the reverse chronological resume. It is listed in reverse chronological order, which includes company and job title, dates of employment, responsibilities, and accomplishments. This is commonly favored by the employers as it is very straightforward. So this type of format is popular among the employers and they can position you for the next upward career step, and also it fits your traditional industries such as education and banking. The second type of resume is the functional resume. It consolidates your skills and responsibilities by describing them in a general way under headings that represent different areas of expertise instead of job titles. It focuses more on the skills and not on the job titles. This is best for job hoppers, career changers, new graduates, or people with minimal work experience. So this functional resume helps employers to visualize what your skills are, and also it allows you to subordinate your job history. Third is the targeted, and it contains career objective that you want to achieve. And this is best for people with only one career pattern and multi-track job history. So it shows the employer that you are a good match for the position. The last kind or type of resume is the combined format. It contains both the features of the reverse chronological and functional types. So basically, it is the combination of the first three types of a resume that I have discussed.